The 6 new biomes in Minecraft 1.18 Caves and Cliffs Part 2. In this video we will talk about the 6 new biomes, what's in them and where to find them. This information is accurate as of the 21W44A snapshot. If there are any changes, I will do an updated video on the biomes. Before we start, I should explain that all the new biomes are mountain biomes. In this update, the mountains have been changed and now there will be a lot taller mountains. The way the terrain generates and how it relates to biomes has also changed. With the new biomes, there are the slopes and the peaks. The slopes are the side or the lower layers of a mountain, and the peaks are the top of the mountain. Let's talk about what all these new biomes have in common. The first is that all the hostile mobs can spawn in these biomes. These include spiders, zombies, zombie villagers, skeleton, creeper, enderman, witches, and bats. The spawning has also been changed in the 1.18 update, so they spawn in total darkness instead of light level 7 or below like before. All of these biomes can also have a pillager outpost in them. This is the structure that will have a loot chest in it. It will be guarded by pillagers with crossbows. If you do kill one of the ones with the ominous banner, this will give you the bad omen effect that will trigger a raid if you enter a village. You can remove any status effect by drinking a bucket of milk. As these biomes are all mountain biomes, how they generate ores will all be the same. The location of ores has been changed in 1.18. You can't branch mine at one level and get most of the ores like before. The 3 ores that can be found in mountains are iron, emeralds, and coal. Emeralds can be found only in mountain biomes. Both coal and iron can be mined underground. With both iron and emeralds, the best spot to get them is at Y layer 255. The range is 128 to 320, but it decreases the likelihood of getting iron ore and emerald ore at the ends of this range. This basically means that a good spot to get the ores will be on the surface of mountains and at the top of mountains. Coal ore will have one batch that can be found between Y layer 136 to 320, and it is as likely at any level. There is another batch that can be found between 0 to 190, being most likely at 95. This one has a reduced chance to be exposed to air at 50% at the first blob. With coal ore, this just means it is more likely lower, but it can also be found on the surface in mountains. The first biome is the Grove. The Grove is a forested biome and will have spruce trees. The surface is covered in snow, snow blocks, dirt, and will have powdered snow. Powdered snow is a trap block. If you enter powdered snow, it will give you the freezing effect, which will reduce your health. You will also fall through powdered snow block if you are not wearing leather boots. Otherwise, with leather boots, you can walk on powdered snow. The only way to pick up powdered snow blocks is with an empty bucket, and to place it you will have to click the bucket of powdered snow. It is hard to recognize the difference between snow from powdered snow, but usually the powdered snow is under a snow block. The Grove biome will generate next to forested biomes like dark forest or taigas. If the Grove generates at lower heights, it can generate next to snowy taiga. The mobs that generate in the Grove are rabbits, wolves, foxes, sheep, pigs, chicken, and cows. The second biome is the snowy slopes. It will have a more steep terrain leading up to the peak. The surface is covered in snow, multiple layers of snow blocks, powdered snow, and some exposed stone cliffs. This biome will generate near plains biomes. In lower heights, it can generate next to snowy plains. Also, igloos can appear in this biome. The igloo will have a round structure composed of snow blocks. Inside there will be a bed, furnace, and crafting table. 50% of the time an igloo will have a basement that can be found under the carpet, and there will be a ladder leading down. The basement will have a brewing stand, loot chest, and zombie villager that is trapped. The brewing stand will have a splash potion of weakness, and the chest will have a golden apple, allowing you to cure the zombie villager. The mobs that appear in the snowy slopes are goats and rabbits. The goats can be milked to get a bucket of milk. They don't have any drops when you kill them. If you stand too still to a goat, they will charge you and knock you back 8 blocks. The goat will follow you if you are holding wheat, and wheat can be used to enter them into love mode. The third biome is the Meadow. This is a flat field of grass blocks that will have some flowers and double tall grass. The meadow will appear on the lower slopes or on a plateau. The meadow blocks are similar to the plains biome. The meadow biome will generate dandelions, poppy, allium, azar bluet, oxeye daisy, and cornflower. In the meadow, it can generate with one oak or birch tree. If it does, there will be a bee's nest on it. The The meadow will generate in lush or temperate biome clusters in Java Edition and cold biome clusters in Bedrock. Meadow biomes are also the only mountain biome that will have villages in it. There are 3 mobs that spawn in the meadow, which are donkey, rabbit, and sheep. The 4th biome is the Stony Peaks. It is one of the 3 mountain peak biomes. All the mountain peaks will have the peaks in the name. The surface is covered with stone, granite, gravel, andesite, calcite, and blobs of ore. The Stony Peaks will have strips of calcite on the surface. This is the only place to get calcite besides the amethyst geode. The Stony Peaks usually generate in warmer biomes, for example savanna and jungles. It shouldn't generate next to snowy slopes or groves unless it is bordering a colder biome. The Stony Peaks will not have any passive mobs that spawn in it. The Stony Peaks are a good spot to look for ores like emeralds, coal, or iron that generate in mountains, as it is mostly stone and easy to spot any ores on the surface. The 5th biome is the Jagged Peaks. It is more likely to generate in taller and more jagged terrain. It will be stone, snow blocks, and a layer of snow. The Jagged Peaks will generate in snowy, cold, and temperate biome clusters. This means it can be found in most biomes except for warmer biomes like Badlands, Savanna, and Desert. The only passive mob that spawns in the Jagged Peaks is the goat. The last biome is the Frozen Peaks. The Frozen Peaks are similar to the Jagged Peaks, except it can have packed ice and occasional blobs of ice. The terrain is also smoother and smaller than the Jagged Peaks. The surface will almost look snow-covered, except for stone cliffs. It will generate in snowy, cold, or temperate biome clusters, almost everyone except for warmer biomes. The only passive mob that spawns in the Frozen Peaks is the goat.